everyone, welcome back. In this session, I'm going to cover about base component, mainly focused on the foundation for the readiness for this particular session. So for the program, feature edition 3, I'm looking for the prerequisite, which mainly focused on the two components. One is the foundation, next one is the prep. Okay, foundation, end user should have API testing basics. That is the prime, and the second one is the JavaScript basics, and the third one is the char.js basics. Because these three are the components that are required for API testing. That we are going to do it from the Postman side. Okay, that is the foundation one should have, okay, before starting any of the scripts. So you have already testing basics, and you will find out the resources for this for JavaScript basics as well, and you can also very little resources. I'm going to publish a few sessions on char.js library so that it is useful for the Postman users whoever is using for their JavaScript development. Okay, with that one preparation. So in order to start with the next step as script development, we should have a endpoint readiness. Okay, based on the specification, we should have that one, and based on that one, we should have request collection as well. End user has to be ready with the request collection that will be created based on this endpoint readiness, which contains the specifications. Okay, so without this one you cannot start your scripts. Okay, basic knowledge, I'm not expecting at a high level, I'm not expecting expert level of knowledge in order to start with the script generation using the Postbot, at least basic, because one should have thoroughly review once the output is generated by the GenAI assistant. Okay, so same thing I have explained over here. Strong foundation is essential for any subject. Okay, so the same applies to the API scripting using the GenAI assistant, and it is also crucial to review GenAI generated output against the established standards. Okay, assistant will generate, sometimes it may be a 60% accuracy or 70%, but it has to meet your standard, it has to meet your requirements, and you need to tweak it, the generated content. Okay, you cannot give as it is the generate content, you have to tweak it as per your the requirement and standards. And the second part is Postman scripts are developed by using the JavaScript with assertions implemented through the behavior driven char.js. As I told you, so we have here the technical content that will be implemented in the JavaScript, but that is only the structural statements. Okay, but in order to give the end user that the results validation is to be represented, so that will be done through this char.js library. Okay, actual versus expected should be validated, and the result statement has to given back to the end user, right? That will be through the char.js. This is just like you have in the Java TestNG or JUnit. Okay, so those kind of assistant libraries like this in JavaScript also we have a char.js. There are plenty, but Postman supports char.js as a assistant library. Okay, that is. And the second one is why I'm emphasizing that once you have the information, but without endpoint specification, you cannot start the next stage, right? So you have to complete the design stage with the preparation, that is your endpoints you should have in hand. Based on those endpoints, you need to create the request collection, which I have already discussed in my previous feature editions. And so you should have this particular information in order to start with script generation. Okay, I have mentioned over here endpoints with the specification should be prepared to create a request collection. That is mandatory. Request collection should be structured according to the specifications, framing request scenarios to ensure the complete coverage. So endpoint they have given, like for example, online store endpoint they have given, that is about creating order. But creating order, you need to have a different scenarios. Okay, so whether once you are generating the order without any items, how it is behave, or else if you are giving the exceed amount of this particular product, so what is the result it is giving. Okay, so like that, suppose you have selected the feature date which is beyond control. So in such case, what is the response you are getting? So like that, the positive and negative scenarios and boundary cases, like how you do it for the front end use cases, right? Similarly, you need to think in a API perspective, API standpoint, and understand and frame the your scenarios. So at the same time, if you're giving the wrong parameters, so what is the output it is giving? Those kind of things also you need to be ensure while you are designing your request. So for those things, once it is ready, suppose each endpoint with one particular resource might be it will have 5 to 8 scenarios. So that you have to ensure that, so that it has a both positive and negative coverage. Okay, so that's about the design phase that you have to complete in order to start the scripting of the endpoints. Okay, so that's all I have in this particular the base readiness session, and I'll catch you in the next session to talk about development of the scripts using the GenAI assistant. Okay, thanks, and I'll catch you in the next session. Bye.